One other thing I wanted to say was that I'm super reliable and clear-minded. Like, I'm not impaired in any way. I've never smoked Pakalolo marijuana. I have never drank alcohol. I want my brain clear and thinking properly so that I can be safe as a driver. I've never had an accident, driven in cities all over the world, both sides of the lane, right and left. Um, Very familiar with driving mostly in Asia for the last 20 years, so Manila, Thailand, countries like that. Those are pretty wild drivers over there, but very defensive. Anyway, I find it very easy and I like it actually. So, um, and if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there. Picked our guests up yesterday on time. I was just waiting around the corner when they said where they were at. I was there immediately. I gave them both a water. I gave them some fresh fruit with brand new chopsticks. I gave them each a papaya that was ripe and ready to eat. Gave them apple bananas, and just really showed them aloha. Hawaii is about aloha, and aloha is really talking about the breath, which is our life, or some people say the soul, and it's really a deeper type of love that people around the world don't really understand unless you're enmeshed into the Hawaiian culture. The Hawaiian culture is about aloha. You know, this was their land. America stole it from them, took it from them, and it was a horrible thing. My grandma ended up coming over here in the late 1800s to work for Queen Liliuokalani, and that's my dad's mother. And so she was adopted into the Queen's family, and because I'm the second generation, you know, my dad and then myself, I am actually a haole, but I am adopted into the Hawaiian family through the Queen and part of the ohana of Queen Liliuokalani. So I understand this, and I try my very best to be kind and loving to whoever comes here and give them the true aloha hospitality. I'll be there, I'll pick you up, but when people don't show up and they're not there, that makes it very difficult for me. And right now, with my life and the family that I have, my own family, my baby girl, call her Baby Cake and a bunch of different cute names. She's 3 years old. She needs me, and I'm going to be there for her. So I'm not going to go chasing people around that aren't showing up and not arriving here, you know, for free, and neglecting my daughter. So I'm trying to come up with a plan, like a look at empty bed, empty bed, empty bed, empty beds all over here in this boat. People could be in them. Why aren't they in them? Because people don't show up, and they're very fickle. And in messages today that I received, they said, well, we didn't get confirmation from you, so we canceled our flight, we didn't come over. So confirmation from me, how can I confirm someone that doesn't show up? I mean, I got to figure out another way to do it. It's first come, first sort of a situation, and I'm going to approve. So for example, I approved, or I said maybe, because I said maybe because I wanted you to know that the maybe is, do you really want to be here? Do you really want to be here? Do you want to come? Do you want to sleep on this? Do you want to sleep on this bed right here and watch Roku movies in this beautiful spot right here with all this beautiful vegan food? Do you want to do that? I mean, it's up to you. I guess the maybe is maybe if you want to. It's not maybe if there's space, because I'm not gonna choose so many people that I'm not gonna be able to accommodate them. Look, you could sleep on here. I've got a mat right there. If you don't like hostels and you don't like the dormitory style and living or sleeping in the presence of other people around, then that's up to you. Don't do it. I love that. You get to meet people, get to interact with people. Asia is really big on that sort of style of, you know, lodging. It's where you save money. You just get a bed space. I absolutely love coming out here on this dock right here and just look at it. You can jump in and swim. It's beautiful. There's a little island out there. There's a couple little houses out there. This is beauty. This is fun living. I mean, Honolulu, the airport's right here. You land right here at the Honolulu airport. You can see the tower right there. And then you can basically, I mean, you just walk here. You know, it's not far at all. You don't have to even get a ride. But I want to talk about the couch surfing app. Have any of you heard about it? You know, people are people. I'm a person, right? I mean, you're a person, you're listening to this. Do we always have negative intentions? No, hopefully never. Do we sometimes have ulterior motives? Perhaps. I think we do. Should we? I'm not so certain we should. I think we should have, well, genuine reasons that are transparent and right up to the surface, so we know what's going on, both sides. And if a person is looking for a free place to stay and they just want to save money and they don't have money to spend, there are people out there who can share their couch or a bed or a space on the floor. So the humble beginnings, the mission statement for the couch surfing app, I think is really, really a nice idea. And in a lot of ways, it's working. People are traveling around the world and they're finding hosts, and it's working. Let's talk about, I don't mean to use the word traveling junkie in a derogatory way. I'm a traveling junkie, okay? I don't always, follow all the best rules when I travel. So I'm kind of in the same category, but someone who loves to travel, and that's me. And sometimes we leave in our wake some disappointed people. I don't want to do that. When I travel, I'm always trying to give. I want to give, and help, so that I leave in my wake a trail of giving where people want me to come back. That's not always the case with traveling junkies that travel around to hostels. Once they are at a place, they usually don't want to go back. They want to go on to another place, and it usually, you can travel your whole life constantly and still find new places to go. So burning a bridge is not a big deal, especially if you're not planning on going back, if you don't believe in karma and you believe that you can just go to your priest and get forgiven. So, or just ask God to forgive you. I don't like to do that. And I have a Russian friend who was sharing with me, he doesn't believe in God, and he says that one reason he doesn't is because his standards are higher than the Christian values or the Bible values, that he really wants to, and I've worked with him, I've spent time with him, and his value system is incredibly impeccable, high. Like, he wants to make everyone happy. If he says he's going to do something, he does it, and he does better than he said. So it's really a rebuke and a good rebuke to some Christians, and including myself. We need to be kind to each other, treat people how we want to be treated. So my experience with the couch surfing app has been very, very, very difficult. Good in some ways, but the problem is, and let's just hit the nail on the head. The problem is they don't give a deposit. This is not about money. And so they'll just click on dozens of hosts that have a place, and then they get all these options, and then they get to the place, and then they just choose one of them when they have a dozen that are accepted. And so, the host works really hard. Like, for example, myself works really, really hard to prepare everything. And then we say no to everyone else because we're accepting that person. And so that person could request a whole bunch, but then the person who's on the side of hosting only can choose one, because you can't have more than one person in the same, bed space or the same sofa, couch. So it makes it a really, really disastrous situation. So I thought, because they have three options: decline, maybe, and accept. I thought I'll just say maybe on everything. Maybe, just in, maybe. The reason I say maybe is because, well, maybe if the person shows up, maybe if the person, if there's space, but I can't guarantee it because it might already be filled. So then when I did that, then all the couch surfers, they decide not to make their plans, and reservations because they can't get anything confirmed with me. So I assume that people are coming here, whether they have a place or not. But that assumption is wrong, because actually they're not coming. They've canceled their flights, or they're just not going to come until they have a place to stay. Not like me. I usually go places with no place to stay. I go all over the world and I don't have any place to stay. But a lot of people do not want to end up homeless. Well, I'm willing to end up homeless in any country. And I found people to be very loving and kind and give, because I give them more than they give me. And I'm a missionary of charity. So I give them health education. I can fix things for them. I can just generally, when you talk to them, you put your not just, you put your actions where your mouth is, and you just do it, and clean their house, whatever you can, to show kindness through actions, not words. So anyway, I accepted several people. I accepted someone. I tried so hard to verbalize things, to explain things, and someone came. I gave them a ride from the airport to the boat. They said, "Is there a curfew?" No. They saw where it was, so I basically jeopardized, my spot where I'm at, put it out there, which is not always safe. I don't have their identification or anything. I don't know who they are. They could be, could be someone that's not safe. Who knows? I mean, they were just sweet, innocent-looking young ladies, but who knows? They could be connected with some big drug organization or something like that. Hopefully not, and I really don't think that's for sure. But I'm just using that as an example that I'm not into drugs. I don't allow alcohol on the vessel. So I think I'm going to create another app, and I'm going to recreate it and design it with a set of values that are a little bit better, where it's about giving rather than taking. I call it the WIFM syndrome, the what's in it for me syndrome. And that's what the couch surfing app really promotes, is what's in it for me syndrome. What's in it for me, WIFM. If we can have places all over the world where people welcome those who have talent, whether it's a gift to gab or a gift to do something, and those people are allowed to go and put their talent to use in different places. I know there's the work away, and there's the woofing and the farm. Working at farms is 4 hours. You work 4 hours. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about genuine effort to show kindness and treat others how you want to be treated. If you truly do that and you follow that principle, you should be able to get a higher score, a rating, based on your effort, and the people will want you to come back. You don't have to go back, but you want to leave with that goal in mind, that they want you to come back, that they cry when you leave and they're super happy when you show up, not the opposite. And so last thing I want to talk about is the entitlement generation. We live in a time where the young people are just plagued with debt of our country in the United States. Different countries around the world have all kinds of political problems and wars, and the young people are beautiful people. They are precious. They are just absolutely wanting to dream big and do incredible things with their life. And if you're one of those young people, my heart goes out to you, because you have been treated wrongly. Your country, your leaders have left you in a very bad situation, and I'm so sorry that you're in that situation. But that doesn't mean that it's every other adult out there or older person that's at fault, and that we owe you life and a living. There's this movement of entitlement thinking that, well, we didn't put ourselves here, then our society and our government and others owe us food, owe us a place to sleep, whatever. I understand that way of thinking a little bit, but I don't want to be a part of that myself. And I would encourage you to really think about giving. When you give, the blessing that you receive in your heart, the joy, is such a great feeling. But when you take and you steal and you rob people, it does something to your inner heart and your core being that really robs you, and you end up suffering more than the people you're taking from. So give, and you'll get, but you have to give not hoping to get. You have to give genuinely from the heart. And that's what I do here at the Kalapa House and with Vessel Hope. I give free boat rides. I give free, stays where I take people out and let them stay with me or without me. Sometimes there's a guy from Turkey, I just mentioned him. He's called me on video. He's so happy because I met him here. I was headed out. I gave him the keys to my car, didn't check his ID, told him where my place was, told him he could go sleep there, watch TV. He had so much fun. Bye-bye.